Sorry for being a teeny bit late. I'm sorting up some stuff this morning, but here we are. I'll just put on my socks. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Live chat. Nobody yet. That's okay. Alrighty. Boy, I have a plethora of things, but probably one of my most disappointing days at that particular beach. I was expecting a lot more with the happenings at the beach. The Surfers Convention and the competition, U.S. Open. But you know, there were a lot of other detectorists down there. That's for sure. Good morning, Jamie. I didn't bring my glasses. Oh well, I'm gonna have to be squinting. So anyway, how are you this morning, Jamie? Have you found anything good with your new detector? Any little goodies around? Well, I guess I just I'm gonna have to adjust a little bit here. This thing's not staying where I want it to stay. Hang on a second. It's not tight enough for some reason, and it's falling down. Come on. Why is it falling down? It's just gonna, I don't know why it's doing this. Sorry about that. This is really pretty ridiculous that I can't get, there we go. There we go. This, I don't know. This is all new to me, and I'm adjusting and tweaking and hey, corner around, you're up, 2 back. You're heading out for your yard sales? Good luck. It's raining there. Oh, bummer. You too. Take care. Hope you find something really cool. So, anyway, won't be too long showing everything. I'll be on about an hour today, so you know, people are in and out. That's okay. Got lots to do also, but I did want to go over what I did find yesterday. I didn't have a great day as far as jewelry. I got Zippo jewelry. I didn't get one piece of jewelry. Did get a nice key ring. So did get a nice pair of clippers. They weren't there very long. Little alcohol and they'll be good to go. I did get a full vape cartridge. And I did get this little thing. I'm not sure what it is. It's got some batteries in it. And it did light up when I first found it, as did this. This is a fishing bobber, I think, or a top. It might be a top. Yeah, I think it's a top. It's got light in it. When you, I don't know whether you push it or whether it bounced, but when I found it, this was all lit up in here. Mr. Bean, good morning. How you doing? So anyway, I'm not sure. This looks like a fishing bobber to me, but it has a little nubby on the bottom, so it could be a top. It could be a kid's top, but it has a battery in it, and it did light up. But I think the battery died on me. So kind of looks like it's lit up, doesn't it? I think it is lit up. In the dark. Yeah, it is lit up. In the dark. Well, I can't show you. Let's see. There, I can show you. Now it's lit up there. So I have no idea what that is or that. But battery operated. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Is it looks like a bobber. It's and it makes noise too. So you know. I found a couple of keys. I found a handcuff key. Let me see if I can focus in on it. Ah! I think. Come on, focus. Well, it says I don't know whether you can read it or not, but it's a handcuff key. So, did find that. And then I found this key. That could be a car key, could be an electric bike key. Interesting type key. So, I should really I don't have anything handy. I don't think about it until I get here. And then I'm going, what could I use? besides my hand. But anyway, it definitely a key of some sort. So those are my best finds. Oh, I did find this little clippy. This was cool. Found this. This is a bar lock, pin lock. So a little wire brush and that'll be good to go. Mostly trash, like nails and sharp things and rusty things. Ooh. Got to have a camera where I don't have to hold things up like this. But these are all the rusty nails and everything that I got yesterday. So I pride myself on getting this junk out. All the other detectorists, all of them, pass this stuff over. They hear an iron sound and they don't dig it. You know, all of them that go down. If they dig something, it's by accident. But I'll intentionally dig this stuff out because it doesn't belong there. So I got a fistful of tent stakes. Got a bunch of them again. Let's see, how many did I get yesterday? These are just from yesterday. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22 more tent stakes. I'll add to my bucket. I have several hundred now, so. Anybody else? When I get a fish? Well, let's see. Yeah, I didn't get a fish today. Got a crab. Got a starfish. A turtle. So, no fish today. Got my big shovel. Got another shovel. These go into the bag full of this kind of shovel. This kind of shovel. No fish. All into the, oh, got a rake. Bag full of toys in it. Like I said, I've got an easy up bag, 4 foot long, and yay big around. And it's full of sand toys. Mr. Bean, you take care. Talk to you later. Everybody's in and out. That's okay. Hit the light before you go. So, the other interesting finds are found an axle. And a bike spoke. And I found this on my live. This is a corner piece to a beach tent. They pulled up the tent and just left this there. So, interesting finds. A diving toy. You put this in like a pool and you dive down and get it, right? Throw it in, and makes you wonder what they were doing with it at the ocean. They're not finding that in the ocean. So anyway, did get a whole bunch of aluminum foil and bottle caps and pull tabs. Talca, hola amigo, how are you in Chile? How's the weather in Chile today? Yeah, I'll sit here and weigh my pennies while I'm talking. See how many coppers I got yesterday. Not a copper. Not a copper. Not a copper. A copper. One. Not a copper. A copper. Dos. And not a copper. I'm pretty sure not a copper. A copper. Not a copper. And the last one I believe is a copper. I got 4 coppers yesterday. That's pretty good. Let's see. Years are. Ooh, daisy. Years are. Wow, I didn't even. 1959, not a wheat cent. 1974. 1981. And 1973. So 1959 was the oldest one. That's pretty good. I was 9 years old then. See if I got any. Oops. I think that's a penny. Yeah. See, I did get 3 dimes. And I got 2003, a 2023, a new one that didn't look new, and I got 2021. All newer dimes. They don't look all that cool. The newest looking one there is the oldest one. See if I got any interesting quarters. There's one eagleback. New quarter. New quarter. New quarter. New quarter. New quarter. One eagleback. How old is it? 1989. Okay, that's old. So, got a crusty nickel. Can I see the date? Oh, so crusty I couldn't see the back of it, but it's a 1976, so that's a bicentennial quarter, or nickel. $1976, not really a bicentennial. Wait a minute. I got something interesting here. It's not a nickel. It's not our nickel. It's a Canadian 1988 nickel. Oop. How about that? Got a Canadian nickel. Didn't know it. I should really take more time while I'm digging to look at things. What was the 1970 nickel? And there's a 1971 nickel. Okay, so we got a couple of older nickels. But that's about it. Something interesting here. These I found 4 of. And when I first found them, I thought, no way. Goodness, come on. My lighting and everything is wicked. Okay, there's 4 of them, and wouldn't think that they would sound off my metal detector, but they did, because I don't know whether you can see it, or maybe the light's right for it, is if look right in the center. Oh, come on. Well, if you look right in the center, there's metal in there. It's got a little metal tab inside the button. So imagine this is like to cover a hole or something, cover a screw hole, and they have a little metal cap, a little metal piece inside, and that's why I picked them up. So anyway, doesn't look like I'm getting my usuals in, just a couple of you. Everybody else must be busy this morning. After yesterday, I don't blame them. I had a lot of people on my live, and I got cut off and couldn't see the people chatting or anything, and just shut it down. Sorry about that. I didn't choose to. I just couldn't see anybody there. So, but afterwards, I found out that there were still 10 of y'all on there, and would have been great to carry on, because I was trying to show the open and show some of the surfing. But you can catch some of the surfing there. I did get some before I shut everything down. If you fast forward to the end, or just watch the second live that's there. So, with nobody talking, I don't know what to talk about. I've gone over pretty much everything I found yesterday, which isn't a whole lot. I did find a couple of these used canisters. One's been there a long time, one's pretty fresh. Not very interesting, but I found a couple of brackets. Did find a squirt gun, a little puffer fish, but it's a squirt gun. We waste some more pennies here. See if anybody comes in. This from yesterday, or from Wednesday. So is it a light rain, Jamie, or is it a heavy rain? Just a misty rain or a pour down? Everybody's probably over watching Walker Magnet. There's several good channels out there. So, not a zinc or not a copper. 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 Oh, a copper. Not a copper. Not a copper. Not a copper. Copper. Okay. Pretty sure. Not a copper. So I have to count up all my money from this week, see if I made a gallon of gas or two. Oh, copper. That was crusty copper. Not a copper. Definitely not a copper. Definitely not a copper. Copper. That looks like it might be a copper. Yep, that's a copper. Nut. 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 Goodness. Used to be able to stack coins really easily. Not so much anymore. Not a copper. Not a copper. So anybody else? Hey, BC Treasure. How are you this morning? Let's see some of my most interesting finds yesterday at the beach. A pair of clippers. And we got, I think it's a car key or electric bike key, or somebody said a safety deposit box key, but I don't think they make safety deposit box keys like that. But anyway, and so I got a second key, which is a handcuff key. So now I can become Houdini. Just stuck it in my cheek. So if I ever get in a straitjacket, then I can get out of it. Getting ready to cook breakfast? What are you having this morning? Pancakes? Waffles? Eggs and bacon? Not a copper. That's a copper. I can see that one. Okay. Not copper. Oh. Not copper. I think maybe. No, not a copper. Copper. Not a copper. Not a copper. So I did get a key ring. And I actually dug this up because I found it with my metal detector, and it lights up. You can see the light. So I think it's a fishing bobber, I think. And this one, I'm not sure what it is. It plugs into something. It's got batteries in it. You can see them right there. So you see the 3 batteries. It did light up when I found it, but I can't get it to light again. So I don't know what it has. A little light in the end of it there. So sorry, you don't want to tell me what you're having for breakfast, huh? Not a copper. Not a copper. Not a copper. Hey Neil, good morning. This is an exciting morning. I'm weighing pennies. Not a copper. Not a copper. Maybe a copper. Nope, not a copper. So, didn't find much yesterday. Found a bunch of weird stuff, but nothing really exciting to speak of. Oh, there's a copper. Not a copper. So I'm only here to keep my time and give Walker Magnet some competition. Weighing pennies. No, I wouldn't give him competition. He's too good a guy. So, I don't think there's any coppers. Oops, coppers there. Nope. So, kind of my for in clad and zinkins for this week, starting on Monday. 6, 8, 10. So there's 10 zinkins. There's 20 zinkins. Sometimes it's hard to get the zinkins to balance on top of each other because they're so crusty. So just an itsy bitsy bit this way because I'm moving over here. So, not that you want to see me, but yeah, fat fingers. I got those. They don't look fat, but they feel fat. There's 30. And there's 40, 45, 50, so 52 zinkins until yesterday's. I got a stack of zinkins over here. Didn't get very many zinkins. That's all the zinkins I got on the beach yesterday. 2, 4, 7. 7 zinkins. So I'm one zinkin shy of 60. But I did pretty good in the coppers for the week. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 coppers for the week. Sadly, none of them are Wheaties. The oldest is 1959. So I only got 3 dimes yesterday, so I have $2 and let's see. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 10 dimes. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait a minute, 2, 4, 10, 20 dimes. So I had gotten $2 in dimes the first part of the week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and only 3 dimes. So I got $2.30 in dimes, and I got 2, 4, 6, 7 nickels. Oh, 8 nickels. 8 nickels there, and 2, 5 nickels yesterday, so that's 12 nickels and 1 Canadian nickel, which goes with the Mexican pesos. Always drop at least 1 penny here. And in quarters, I did pretty good in quarters yesterday. Not too bad. Quarters, I got 13 nickels. 2, 4. I got 6 nickels. 6 quarters yesterday, so $1.50. So I've got 1, 2, 3, $4.50 in quarters. $4.50 in quarters. So that's total for the week. Nothing really to write home about. I got $7.30 and 13 nickels, so that's 55 cents, 85 cents. 11 coppers, so that's 96 cents, and 59 zinkins, so that's 55. $8.55. So $8, that'll buy me a gallon of gas. Susie Q, hello. How are you feeling? I hope you're getting much, much better. Have you been able to be mobile and get out and do anything? Not to bring up a sore subject at all, but we're concerned about all of you that have issues, because I've had issues in the past. I still have issues, but they're not pressing me down so much as other people. So I know Coal Cowboy is having issues, and Pizza Guy's having issues, Suzy Q, and medical issues, and we're praying for all of you guys all the time. I don't mention every single person by name, but I do ask for help for all that have asked me or said anything to me or I have known about. I keep you all in my prayers every day. So you guys, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you can hear me. I better write that down. I got a pen here that I'm getting around to it. Found a pen yesterday, so let's see if it writes. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Oh, it does write. Huh? How about that? It writes. $8.55. and 55 cents total for the week. I think I got more in tent steaks. Oh no, not on top of everything, Suzy Q. Oh, that's all you needed. I'm sorry to hear that. And you feeling well enough to go out and you get that life just isn't fair, and I know how things pile up on top of one on top of another. So did you go to the doctor and get some stitches in your arm? Well, that's good you got somebody there. I had a nurse for over a year. I had a nurse several times, but the longest was a year. I had a nurse come in twice a day. And all she did was clean and dress my wounds. She didn't make me meals. But it's important when you are down that somebody's helping you. I had not only a nurse come in to tend my wounds, but I had wife and daughter that were fabulous at taking care of me. So I, getting around to it, and Character Alley took good care of me for several years. Hey, did they hit you with some super glue? That's what I would have done if I cut myself. I always go to the super glue. If I cut myself anywhere, I put super glue on it. That does the trick. Carry that in my bag. I'm missing William E. this morning. He's either sleeping in or he's busy with his charge. He's taking care of his girlfriend's mother. So, I didn't show my red zipper pull. I got a red zipper pull. Not while I was on my live, but before. Yeah, it's too bad I didn't find anything good while I was on my live. I think I found the clippers while I was on my live. And I found the key ring while I was on my live. And a lot of junk, a lot of treasure trash. Lots and lots of treasure trash. I did. Oh. It's funny, Canadian nickels, if they're dirty, look just like our nickels. You gotta clean them off to see what they are. And money, when you're digging it up, most of it's so dirty you can't see it all. I got a tumble to do. Yep, treasure scrap metal. Want to see some treasure scrap metal? This is everything I got yesterday, just yesterday. I got cabling, I got throwing things on the floor, I got screws, I got nails, big nails, I got wire, I got bolts, I got brackets, you name it. I even have a staple in here someplace, a little staple that I found. But, yeah, that's all just from yesterday. Each one of them a dig. So that's a lot of nails and screws. And that's what I call treasure trash. Not to mention all the aluminum foil, bottle caps, ketchup packs. I still have some nails and stuff mixed in here. Still a lot of nails. There's another passel of nails that I had in another container. Paper clips. You know, the way I look at this is there shouldn't be that many diggable signals. If it repeats, did it, it's a diggable signal. And you know, the thing that you should not get if you are behind a conscientious detectorist you should not get diggable signals of any kind, because every diggable signal should be dug out, and the trash taken out, and the place made cleaner. I have no problem at any of the parks I go to or any of the lakes I go to. No problem at all with any of the people that run the facilities, that take care of the facilities. That they have no problem with me being there, because they know when I leave it's a cleaner place, which makes me feel good, you know. Did you make your stop? You know what's... I'm gonna find it. I don't know it's here. I got a pen. Rusty pen. And then it's here. Got to be. Huh. There it is. There it is. I found them separately, but I found the cotter that goes into that pin. Found the cotter key. So I got a complete pin. That's... yeah, it's a hitch pin. And I got another hitch pin. So this one, it'll clean up nicely. Little wire brush and it's good to go. This one clean up too. I can use this one. So I found an axle. Oh, did you see the short? Cool. I'm glad somebody's watching my shorts. I forgot my cup of coffee. So I have been on for an hour, haven't I? I don't know whether I showed you guys these. If you look in my shorts, I dug these up together. They were hooked together just like this, and they were all rusty and immovable. But I actually got them both cleaned up, and the springs are still good. And so we've got carabiners, and then I found this one this past week, Lake Beach. So, and it works good. So I'm making up a chain of carabiners. I've got a lot of little ones. These are the biggest ones I've got. It's pretty cool. And this one has a lock on it, so you turn it down and lock it. You can't lose anything off of it. So good stuff. You find usable stuff. So, you know, I can always use a good carabiner. I was just kind of baffled yesterday. I didn't find one piece of jewelry, not even one little piece of chain, not one ring, not one earring, not one back to an earring. I didn't find anything that would be classified as jewelry yesterday. So, as far as that, I was skunked yesterday. And I rarely get skunked. I usually find something. You know, even if it's something like this, people lose these things. Found this in a tot lot on Wednesday, and getting around to it, found this, and we're not sure what this is. I don't think it's a hair tie because your hair would get all tangled up in that. It's all wired. It might be a ring. But we find this kind of stuff all over the place. You know, people lose it. And didn't find any of that yesterday. Nothing. Didn't even found this in the lake, and it's not even metal. I just found it floating there. But kids lose this stuff. I didn't find any of this stuff. Nothing. On Wednesday, I found this earring. It's all crusty, and you know it's not gold or anything, but it's an earring, and at least I found an earring. And you know, getting around to it, found that this little set of beads. It's something, you know. I can't believe I didn't find one thing. Not one thing. It's really astounding to think about it. All those people out there. Oh, well, this is not jewelry, but I did find a button. I found a little metal button. Just sit there and scratch my head and go, I don't know. Where is everything going? I was out there at 5 o'clock in the morning. I had my headlight on and out there before any of the other detectorists showed up, and I didn't find a thing. I worked the towel line, worked down by the water, and the tide was fairly low. It was down to a 4-foot tide, so that was a low tide. Lower, I mean, it was a low tide compared to the high tide. They had a 7-foot high tide in the last few days, and flooded out one of the little towns there by Huntington Beach. Yeah, I usually, you know, because I dig everything, and I dig all this stuff up, you know, I don't miss things. So my metal detector is working just fine, and it picks up all kinds of different metals. So it lets me know the legend is legendary. I think the legend works really well. What did you do? Huh. I'll have to go look at that. The lad uses a legend now. You know, I can't say anything bad about any detector out there. I started with a White's Goldmaster, and it's, you know, no vid screen or anything, and just chirped when it went over any metal, and kind of squawked like a goose. And I found lots of stuff with it, but it wouldn't go in the water. And so getting around to it, and I talked about it, and I wanted to get in the water, so she and I decided we were going to get a legend. And I picked the legend because it was a little less expensive and one of the newer models, and everybody was raving about it. And so I chose it. But the other ones, the new Xteras and the Vanquish and the Mine Labs, and the Garretts, they're all good detectors. Anything that detects metal, right? Anything that detects metal. But I would recommend the legend to anybody because I like the way it works, and because the company is excellent to work with. I've had the two problems, and they didn't quibble or squabble with me at all. I was looking to buy a nut for my battery, my extended battery. They sent me one free. I lost my coil. Within a week, they put one in the mail. So I can't say anything about Nocta being, bad at all. So I would suggest the legend to anybody. Anybody that gets one, I applaud them for buying one and using it because it's a good one. Your first detector was a Jetco? That's a long time ago. I bought the Whites in '93. I think it was '93 for prospecting. I was doing a lot of weekend prospecting and bought it at a gold show and didn't get to use it much. Used it for a few years prospecting, and then had my problems and went down from 1998 to 21, so I was unable to do anything on rocky ground, pretty much. Yeah, I'm 73, so. Yeah, there are two guys that wanted to do a picture with me, and I let them take my picture with them, and they were friends walking down the beach and took an interest in what I was doing, and there were a couple of Asian guys named John and Tam, and they couldn't believe how old I was. So, but this kind of shows it, doesn't it? It's kind of What would I look like if I didn't have a goat? Well, they're, yeah, well. Well, sometimes I feel like cutting this off because it just, sometimes it's so long it gets in the way. Gets in the way of my chest camera. I have to put it behind it, make sure it's behind my chest mount. Oh, cool. Ringy? Oh, wow. I haven't seen him in a long time. King and Ringy, I haven't seen those two guys in a while. They're one of the first ones I started watching that got me interested. And when I couldn't do anything, they were, they were my day. I would watch them and several of the others, the Aussie Diggers and Gold Diggers, and that's how I got the bug to do this when I could get on my feet and I knew I had a metal detector and I was going to go out and do it. That's cool. And those guys are funny. I really like King and Ringy. I haven't thought of them in a little while. Oh, nice. Yeah, they'd crack me up. How they would run across, they'd yell at each other and run across the field to see what the other one got. I haven't found anybody to dig with, to group up with. I'm mostly on my own. I tried a couple times to team up with some people, but life doesn't connect with everybody, right? Even though you're doing the same thing, just life does not connect. So, running out of things to show you guys. Well, except Gordon Around's not here, but we found a rubber ducky. We found several rubber duckies. I had one that I showed on Thursday's wrap up. It's a seal, a little squeaky seal. This is a lid off of something. I don't know what it was, but it looks like there's a bone or something on one end of it, but it looks good on the duck. It makes them look like one of those ducks in the race, on the Cognito Around races. So. I did find something else useful. I found a button in a bag, this surface find. And I've got to dump the sand out of it. This thing about going to the beach, sand gets everywhere. I mean, no matter how hard you try to keep it out, and sand just gets everywhere. Probably stay on just a few more minutes. Before I go, I want to tell everybody that is given me the time and stuck with me, you know, for a few minutes every day, trying to get me to my watch hours. I really appreciate you guys coming in and conversing a little bit. Susie Q, if you're still there, I hope you feel better. I hope you get over what you just had happen, but I'm praying that you get better from all that you've been ailing from already. The Hunter GT? No, I haven't. I may have seen him online, but no, I haven't met the Hunter. I know I've got a couple around me here in Southern California. He's in San Francisco. Yeah, don't get up that way much. I'd have to have seen him online if he's online. I'll look him up. Hunter GT. Okay, I will have to look him up. The people that have been influential on me for one reason or another, you know. Oh, he quit doing videos? But he has a lot. I'll look him up. I'll check him out. I probably seen him. I go on a lot of sites that I don't remember all their names. Of course, I wake up in the morning and know my name because at night I write my name on the mirror. So when I look in the mirror in the morning, I know who I'm talking to. Oh, he's got health problems. You know, the older we get, that is more prevalent, right? You know, I think I know who you're. Is he a younger guy? He's not. He's not an older guy like me. He's a younger-ish guy, late 40s, early 50s. I know there was one guy I was watching that just quit because he had medical problems. Yeah, I think it's 50s. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about now. Because he just, not too long ago, beginning of the year or so, had some kind of medical problem, like was going to go through chemo or something, or he had real severe back problems or something. I can't remember. There was one young guy, young, in his late 40s, early 50s, that I was watching that said he was signing off doing videos. Might be the same guy. Yeah, back problems. Yeah, I do know. You know, sometimes I got it. My cursor gets stuck and stuff, and all of the names that I go through, and all the people I watch, and everything that I just can't remember all their names on the spur of the moment. And a lot of them I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and oh yeah, that's who that was. But you know, some of the people that have influenced me lately, as far as inspiring me to do bigger and better things, trying to, people like Bondi, Treasure Hunter, and one that started about the same time as I did is B. Higgles. We've been on about the same length of time. And Aqua Chigger, yeah, one of my favorites. He's I went all the way back to his beginning and watched him, and he started out like all of us do, kind of fumbling and bumbling, and you know, and not knowing what to say, and it was really kind of neat to see somebody grow. Aqua Chigger, I just watched him yesterday. I like him a lot. Yeah, Hoover Boys, and two brothers, and there's Michael Oliver in Australia. I watch him a lot, and I watch Outdoor Adventures in Florida, and I watch New York, you know, treasure hunting or metal detecting NYC. Merle, he's funny. I like to watch him, especially when he goes mudlarking with that little gal. And Green Mountain, I've watched before. There's just so many, and I'm hoping that one day somebody's going to say, "Oh yeah, I watch Incognito." Yeah, hopefully my name will get out there where it'll be in a group of people that people watch. KCMD, yeah. Watch a lot of the guys on Friday night digs and Monday night digs, and Looter 8. I like his bottle hunts and everything. Like I watch all the coin roll hunters too. So yeah, digging it back. And FL Thunder. Watch those guys every Sunday morning on their live. Hey, Bad Idea Labs. Well, thank you, Bad Idea Labs. Did it work well for you? I'm going to have to go and look at it. I got to go look at it. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you're welcome for the creation between me and my son. We had ideas, and he came to the bat and really came up with something good. So I'm glad you got it and got to use it. Did you do a little video using it, or? Sometimes I wait for. Well, remember, it's a soft ground. Not that it won't work in harder ground, but because it will, but you have more chance of breaking it because it is plastic. But for softer ground and tot lots and sandy soil and everything, without prying, just remember it's not for rock mining. It's for uh, soft soil digging, and you'll do well with it. It's got a lot of potential there to help out with. Oh, Suzy Q. Yeah. Well, you can chip at that a little bit, and I took it and jammed it into the ground and stabbed it and everything. But it's really good for uh, the softer ground and I've created it for tot lots, sand and wood chips and rubber chips and stuff. So, uh, but you'll realize how far you can take it. Just you know. Well, I'm glad you like it though. Oh, you're in Tulsa. My son was in Tulsa for a long time. Now he's in New Mexico. He's working. He's a German electrician, and he's working at a facility in New Mexico now. But he was in Tulsa for years. Oh, you're in southern Louisiana now? That's hot. That can get really hot down there in Louisiana. The first time I went to New Orleans, I we drove in at night, and uh, we slept late because we drove in really late, and it was muggy. But I took a shower, got all cleaned up, and went out the next morning about 11. Stepped outside, and my whole shirt was soaked. But before I got like 10 feet down the road, yeah, that can be a hot place. That was in 1969. I think. So you got a video, Suzuki, of you using it? That's cool. I'd like to see that. Let me know, tag me. Tag me when you get it up. All right? Yeah, I'd love to see that. So would my son. T-Cat would love to see you using his tool that he made. And we made a new one that fits the Garrett now, Suzuki. We got one that has a bayonet spade instead of the nut and bolt. Remember the nut and the bolt that broke? Well, we realized that was not the best configuration, so we changed it to a bayonet style. And here it is. So it fits the Garrett now, and we will have one for the Mine Labs pretty soon. But now there's no bolt. It comes apart, easy to change, and then clicks together. And so this one will be easier to use. So might want to take a look at that one, Suzuki. Yep, this one fits it. So you get a pinpointer protector and the spade now instead of just the spade. That one's still available for people who would rather have that, and it fits both. So if you have both Mine Labs and a Garrett, then that one fits both. But, and we will have one that fits the Mine Labs soon. But this one works really well. Can't wait for you to go out and use it at Idea Labs. Making sure I've got all my chat caught up here. Where's Kingston at? That I have to find a way to get one to you, Listerine. I'm just not able to pay all that much shipping for some things. But I have the scoops for the for the Mine Labs, and I believe it fits on the Nocta too, because I think that's the same mold, the Nocta and the Mine Labs. Not positive. I'm going to have to get a holder one. Shouldn't be saying that probably at all, because it might not fit at all, but it looks like the same mold to me. But I have to have one in hand to say for sure. The the Garrett is bigger than the mine labs, and there are the two major molds, and then there's a third one that XP that is got kind of a squared off look, and that one's an odd one. There are a couple of odd pinpointers out there, but for the most part, there's two molds. There's Mine Labs and the Garrett. For the most part, if you look, they're those two. You live on a lake? Nice. I'd love to live on a lake. I used to, when I was a kid, my dad had a parcel on the lake, and we built a cabin on it, and we go skiing, fishing, all that good stuff on the lake. You got Sasquatch behind it. Invite him to dinner. Oh, that's too bad. And not fun to be nervous where you live. So you long haul? I wish my chat wouldn't go away. And I wish I was more technically knowledgeable so that I could do this, because I know there's a way to fix this where the chat doesn't go away, where I've got a chat box instead of the chat disappearing and me having to find it again. Yeah, when I was a kid, from the time I was about 16 until I was 20, I was a lumper. I worked in a warehouse, and I was a lumper on the truck dock and on the train dock too. I don't think they call them lumpers anymore. Do they still call them lumpers? You use lumpers? Yeah, they're. I yeah, I started in the warehouse at 11 years old. They hired me to stock the cigarette and candy area in the warehouse because it was a grocery store warehouse, or several grocery stores. It was a main warehouse called Market Wholesale, and sold for markets, and all the candy had to stay cool, and cigarettes and everything, and I had to put the stamps on the bottom of the cigarettes, the government stamp, run them through a machine. And they started me at 11 years old doing that because my dad was assistant foreman there. And so summers and afternoons I worked at 11 years old, and that was in 1961. And things were different back then in the 60s and 70s. The 60s, we started working at 8, 9 years old, working with our parents. My dad worked in the warehouse, but we had several things that we did, milking almonds and walnuts and picking grapes and picking a lot of fruit. It was a community of people who would help each other. And we had almonds, and people would come help us knock the almonds, and we'd go help people. So I started earning a wage at like 8. Yeah, it was really different back then. Kids don't work these days, and if they do, they only work in fast food joints. Starbucks. They won't hire you unless you're 16, right? We were kids and out working. Yeah, my first real hourly wage was 90 cents an hour. And I thought I was doing really good. But I had paper routes and pick fruit and all kinds of stuff. So we worked hard. Too bad I didn't fall into something that turned into being a tycoon. Then I wouldn't have to worry about the gas price today. Filled up the car yesterday and had to find a gas station that was cheaper than another gas station, and turned out it really wasn't. If you go into the map and you hit find gas, it's supposed to tell you what the gas prices are. Well, gas prices were 50 cents a gallon different. By the time I got to the gas station, it said $5.25, and when I got to the gas station it was $5.75. So yeah. Yeah, we used to get gas at like 15, 16 cents a gallon during the gas wars and stuff. gas stations made a couple cents a gallon off the gas, and the rest of it goes to the gas company and the taxes. Now the taxes, gas is still 19 cents a gallon. It's the taxes that make the difference. At Taco Bell has a gas station? Or are you talking about the other type of gas? By eating Taco Bell. Yeah, you get full gas. Yes, indeedy. This is something I can't do while I'm out doing live. I can't see the chat and talk to people and make comments about what they're saying. At one time I had somebody helping me out while they could, and when I first started doing lives, they would talk to me on another device and tell me what people were saying because I couldn't see them on my cell phone. So that worked out really well, but haven't been able to do that lately. Almost 100. It's cooling down here today. Last night cooled down quite a bit. I don't think it's going to be too warm here today. I'm going to go. We're going to visit my son today, so he's got an air conditioner that works. I'm sorry to hear that, Neil. Yeah, that's hot, 107. I think I told everybody this before, but you weren't here. When we first moved here to Southern California in 1984, right after the Olympics, I moved my family down here, supposed to be temporarily. I was supposed to manage a store down here and then be moved to a new district office store. And instead they decided that they were going to sell the company. So anyway, we moved down here in 1984, and I went off on a tangent there. Squirrel! Anyway, we went from about 100 degrees, 105 degrees, came in, and the first 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks, it was never below 112 during the day and never below 100 at night. It was miserable the first 3 weeks we lived here. And to top it all off, that first week we moved into the house, the air conditioner burned up, and the landlord didn't fix it the whole time we lived there for 20 years. He just left it unrepaired and unreplaced. So we lived like we've always lived for 60 years. We didn't know what an air conditioner was when I was a kid. So But we what we live through only makes us tougher, right? So what we make it through. And they're talking about down here, people working, people in the heat. Uh, when we used to go out in the fields and everything, they're talking about farmers and stuff. You work from daylight or before daylight till lunchtime, and at noon, nobody worked past noon in the fields if it was a hot day, because you wouldn't work at all. Everybody quit working. Only people that were working inside buildings that were conditioned with fans and all kinds of stuff would work after 12 o'clock. But even the cutting sheds, everything was shut down before noon most of the time. You start working at 5:30 in the morning and you're done by noon. But I had a lot of jobs where I worked out in the heat. I had a lot of, you work is work, right? Now they're wanting to penalize the owners of farms and stuff for working the workers when it's hot. But I don't know of anybody that actually forces anybody to work during the heat. Most places shut down and accommodate that, and you can't help if you have a business and you have a hot day and somebody's not taking care of themselves, not drinking water, and not making sure that they're personally taking care of themselves. What are you supposed to do? Okay, Neil. Hey, it was great having you here too. I appreciate it. Come back again. I'm going to be getting off here in about 5 minutes. I think I've got to go visit my son. I've got to get cleaned up. And so it's been a pleasure talking to you too. God bless y'all for being here too, being here for me and helping me get my watch hours, even if you're just sitting back in the background not talking. But Bad Idea Labs, I hope you get out and have a chance, find a cool spot and try that pinpointer cover out with the spade. I hope that does a good job for you. And if you can do a video of the first time you use it, I appreciate that too. And write me a review. If you write me a review, that would be great. Got something special for anybody that writes me a review. Okay. A good review. And it doesn't have to be good. I'm not talking about make up anything good. I'm saying give me a good, honest review of the tool. Okay? Like a paragraph, not one sentence paragraph. I don't even know what time it is right now. I just know I've been on here almost an hour and 45 minutes. So, in about 3 minutes. So whoever is still here, Neil, you be careful, okay? Drive carefully, prayerfully, and stay away from the crazies on the road. Bad Idea Labs, you take care of yourself too in that heat, and get out there and dig. And Susie Q, I'm sorry to hear about your accident getting off the bus, but you'll heal. I hope you mend quicker than you ever have. Checking on a lot of people that are having problems and putting them in my prayers. So God bless you all. You guys are awesome for hanging out with me for a little while, because I'm just me, so I know I know what it takes to sit here and listen to me babble on. You know, I'm sorry to hear that, but you have a lot of rain in England, right, Jamie? I'm sorry to hear that you're not able to get out, because I know what it's like to not be able to get out. So, hey, God bless you, mate. Take care and stay safe out there while you're riding around. And I hope you find something really good, something good to talk about, even if it's stones. I still have this sitting here in front of me, and it's got the crystals in it. I'm really stoked about this. I need to polish it up, I think, maybe tumble it. And I think it'll shine up nicely. So, yeah, sometimes I wish it would rain, because we need to wet it down. So, I have had a great morning with you guys here, and hope you come back on Monday. Don't know exactly where I'll be, but I might be at the beach again, because I don't like getting skunked. I just don't like getting skunked. Oh. So, you guys, peace, stay safe, be well, hunt well. Later, Gators. Catch you on the next round.